request everyone to stand up for the dignitaries' procession. Thank you. I request everyone to be seated kindly.
A very happy morning to you all. Graduation day is always a day of rejoicing, for it marks the conclusion of an educational journey and commencement of another more uncertain and more difficult part of man's quest for a better life and future. Truly, today signifies the culmination of many years of hard work in the pursuit of knowledge. Knowledge that will enable a person to embrace opportunities and take on challenges with clear vision and purpose. Welcome to the 8th graduation day of Aalim Mohamed Salegh Academy of Architecture.
We welcome all our graduates, parents, faculty members, and other distinguished guests on this grand occasion of 8th graduation day of Aalim Mohamed Salegh Academy of Architecture. I now request a student from second year, Hamza, to begin this auspicious occasion by reciting the Qiraat to invoke the Almighty.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ادع إلى سبيل ربك بالحكمة والموعظة الحسنة وجادلهم بالتي هي أحسن إن ربك هو أعلم بمن ضل عن سبيله وهو أعلم بالمهتدين فإن عاقبتم فعاقبوا بمثل ما عوقبتم به ولئن صبرتم لهو خير للصابرين واصبر وما صبرك إلا بالله ولا تحزن عليهم ولا تك في ضيق مما يمكرون إن الله مع الذين اتقوا والذين هم محسنون السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Thank you, Hamza.
We kindly request everyone present to rise up for Tamil Thai Varthu sung by our students choir.
நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும் சீராறும் வதனமென திகழ்பரத கண்டமிதில் தெற்கலமும் அதில் சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் தரித்தனலும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிடமை திரும்பியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
Thank you, students. We request you all to kindly be seated.
We would now like to request our beloved director, Professor V. Aravind.
Good morning to one and all present here. I am delighted to extend my heartfelt welcome to Architect BIJU KURIAKOSE sir to preside this event as a chief guest. Welcome, sir. I welcome our beloved secretary and correspondent, S.Segu Jamaludeen sir. Welcome, sir. Our beloved CEO, Mr. Mohamed Salegh sir. Welcome, sir. And our beloved Trust Managing Director Farid sir. Welcome, sir. And special invitees, my dear HOD, Professor Paul, my dear faculty members, students, and last but not the least, my graduates and their parents. I am honored and pleased to present the welcome speech. It's always a special moment to have our graduates to receive their bachelor degree from the hands of Architect BIJU KURIAKOSE. Thank you very much for making this happen. Education is about growth, not just about grades. You have adopted and grown in difficult time, which has undoubtedly enriched you and added to your academic success. At this point, I want to implore my graduates to always see yourself as a good ambassadors of this society and never allow selfish interest to blemish the integrity you have nourished over the years in this college. I just want to add few prayers which always we make it a point. I asked for strength. God gave me difficulties to make me strong. I asked for wisdom. God gave me problems to solve. I asked for courage. God gave me danger to overcome. I asked for love. God gave troubled people to love and help them. So when I get problems, difficulties, it means my prayers were answered. So my dear fellow graduates, whenever the problems comes, whenever difficulty arises, you should be thankful to God to ask for the wisdom, strength, all those things. So be kind and good to people who you meet on the way up. Allow the words of God guide us as you journey to the greatness. Think big thoughts and be optimistic in whatever you are doing. On behalf of the college, we wish you all the best for your future successful endeavors. May God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
We now request Mr. Mohamed Salegh, Chief Executive Officer of AMS Group of Institution, to welcome our chief guest, Architect BIJU KURIAKOSE, Architect, Urban Designer, Co-founder of ArchitectureRED, with a bouquet. Thank you, sir. We now request our Honorable Secretary and Correspondent, Alhaj S.Segu Jamaludeen, to honor our chief guest, Architect BIJU KURIAKOSE. Thank you, sir.
We deem it a privilege to introduce our esteemed chief guest to the August gathering. We would like to call upon Professor A.J. Paul, our head of the department, to introduce today's chief guest. Please, sir.
Dear esteemed guests, it is a great honor to stand before you today to introduce an exceptional individual whose remarkable contributions to the field of architecture have significantly influenced the design and construction in our industry. It is my pleasure to introduce a visionary architect and urban designer, Architect BIJU KURIAKOSE, the co-founder of architecture and urban design firm based in Chennai. Architect BIJU KURIAKOSE began his architectural journey in Mumbai and furthered his expertise by earning a master's degree in architecture and urban design from the prestigious Pratt Institute in New York. His firm, ArchitectureRED, is renowned for its unique approach to design, emphasizing placemaking, community building, and expression of identities through architecture. The firm views the act of building as a deep inquiry into creating spaces that reflect moments, memories, and life patterns of people. Currently, the firm is involved in designing public spaces in Chennai, townships in Navi Mumbai, and mixed-use developments in Tamil Nadu and Oman. Their projects are known for being people-centered and environmentally conscious, seamlessly integrating to their surroundings. They are also working on various housing projects across Chennai, Bangalore, Trivandrum, with a focus on creating high-density buildings that promote a strong sense of community. Additionally, the firm is designing institutional buildings at Crescent and Hindustan universities in Chennai, aiming to create dynamic and engaging learning environments. Notably, in 2022, ArchitectureRED won a national design competition to create a new center of excellence at Bangalore University, envisioned as an inclusive, open, and democratic space for architects. Architect BIJU's work has been recognized both nationally and internationally. ArchitectureRED has won numerous awards, including the World Architecture News Award for the Best Urban Design Project in 2009, for the master plan of Nordhaven in Copenhagen in collaboration with FX Fowl Architects New York. The firm also received the IAA National Award in 2023, and in 2016 for the master plan of Airport City in Oman. In 2021, they were honored with the IAA Tamil Nadu State Award for the Best Institutional Project for the S.Segu project in Bangalore. Before founding ArchitectureRED, Architect BIJU was an associate at FX Fowl Architects in New York, where he gained valuable experience in architectural planning and urban design. He has been invited to speak and serve as studio critic at several prestigious institutions, including the Metropolitan Waterfront Alliance in New York, Pratt Institute, and Columbia University. In 2017, he was selected to participate in the Goethe Institute's Visitors Program in Germany, where he explored water-related issues and relationship between water and communities. He has been a member of the Board of Review at SEPT University Ahmedabad and currently teaches at KRVIA Mumbai and SEPT. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to Architect BIJU KURIAKOSE and thanking him for gracing us with his presence today. We eagerly look forward to his words of wisdom and inspiration.
Thank you, sir.
I take immense pleasure in requesting our revered secretary and correspondent, Alhaj S.Segu Jamaludeen,
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This graduation day of Aalim Muhammed Salegh, Academic of Architecture, has been called on to award the degrees in architecture upon candidates who, in the examinations recently held for the purpose, have been certified to be worth of the same. I declare the graduation day open.
Thank you, sir.
May I now request a Honorable Chief Guest, Architect BIJU KURIAKOSE, to deliver the graduation day address. Sir, please.
Thank you for inviting me to this wonderful occasion. Thank you all the dignitaries on stage, the college, and most critically, congratulations to all the graduating students. I just want to say that if you think that the tough time is over, you have some news for you. The fun time is over and the tough time is just going to start. So congratulations, welcome to the world of practice. And so I just, yesterday evening I was sitting down to put some as to what to tell the graduating students of architecture, because architecture is, by now you must have figured out, it's an extremely complex profession, and so, which is also part of the excitement with the profession itself. And so I was thinking, what should I tell the graduating students, because I've been practicing for the past 25 years, different parts of the world, and for the past 15 years in Chennai, and I'm still learning. And I think when I say tough time is ahead, that's what I meant by saying that you're learning. You have not learned anything till now. And one of the beautiful thing about architecture profession is it's a continuous learning. And so you are entering into a world of negotiation. So I just want to say a few words about the idea of negotiations. Because that's what a practicing world is. It's important to understand that the practice of any art form involves certain negotiations. An art form is never practiced in its pure form. I always say that a person who sits to write a book has to write the book within certain number of pages. I can't create a book which goes on for 30,000 pages, 40,000 pages, because I have to capture the audience. And so there starts your negotiation with the world. A person who makes a movie has to make the movie within a certain time frame and not make a movie which goes on for 5-6 days, and there starts your negotiation. And architecture is no different. You may have learned an art form in its pure form when you're in college. You're idealistic, but you also have to now come out to the world and start to negotiate with this world. And in that negotiation is where your true personality comes in. And what is most beautiful about a profession like architecture is that through those negotiations, you will slowly start to discover yourself. You start to understand who you are as an architect. What are your beliefs? What is your ideology? Even if it is not expressed very clearly, you will start to unlayer all of these things as you start to negotiate with the world. So once you get out into the world of practice, you are going to encounter a completely new world. Next few years, you will be working towards acquiring skills that will help you navigate through this world. One of the key things about navigating through the world is to learn how to negotiate with the world. No school will prepare you for that. I have not seen a school which will prepare you for how to negotiate with the world. So you are on your own. You have to become your own critic. You will not have your teachers with you when you start to sit in a studio, when you start to do a project. Your teachers won't be there to give you credit. You have to become your own critic. You have to analyze your own work critically. And there lies your own growth. And so don't be so egoistic to think that what you do is always right. You have to critique your own work. You have to become your own motivator. There will be nobody to motivate you. So you have to become your own motivator. How do I motivate myself? I have to continue to learn. That's the only way I can motivate myself. So to negotiate the world, you need to understand the world. It's very, very, very critical. Be conscious that every work that you do has a bit of you and your own understanding of the world. So when I sit and do a project, through the project I'm also kind of taking positions. I'm also telling the world, this is what I believe in. If I create an institute which is open, porous, democratic, I'm trying to tell the world that my positions about institution building is about that. So my designs start to reflect my own position. And so it's very important to understand that you have to develop positions about yourself and your understanding of the world. Don't be too obsessed with the world of design. Right? I mean, when you come out of the design school, why are you saying that don't be too obsessed with the world of design? I often argue and tell young students that be obsessed with the design of the world and not so much with the world of design. Because the world of design is about yourself. But when you go out there and practice, you are much more conscious. You have to be much more conscious about the design of the world. Because there is only, the beauty of an architecture profession is that it is tied by that one goal. All of us are working on one project. Whether I sit in Chennai in my studio and do some project, somebody sits in New York and do another project. We are all paid by different clients working in different cities, but we are all working on one project, which is the design of the world. What does it mean? It means that every project that I do start to impact the ecology of the world. And so I have to be sensitive. I have to be conscious of that. I have to be very conscious of the fact that what I do will impact the sustainability of the world, because the act of building in many ways is unsustainable. And so it's very important to understand. You need to have the humility to kind of understand that and be very responsible in what you do. It's important to think like that when you practice in countries like ours. It means that you need to engage with the context within which we practice today, engage with the challenges and the issues that are staring at us, embrace them and negotiate them. And when you do that, you create something much more meaningful and rooted in the times that we live in, and something that impacts people's life. So go out there and understand the world. Read a lot, but more importantly, observe. The best tool that you have is your eyes and your ears. Keep them open all the time. Allow yourself to be motivated and inspired by the challenging socio-political and economic context that you practice in. Look around. See how people live. Learn from that. Get inspired from that. And be bothered by things that are not going right around you. And take positions. Be aware and develop your own positions. When you do that, you start to then define architecture beyond the making of the building. We think that architecture is about making of the building. It's not. It's about shaping the built environment. Building is only a small component of that. But yet we continue to talk about architecture as the making of the building. And so that is why it's very important for you to go there and understand the world. You need to have a holistic understanding of what life is, what shapes built environments, and help shape that built environment. You start becoming more sensitive and caring about shaping the built environment and not just about making the buildings. Because, like I said earlier, the act of building is a very unsustainable act. So if a client comes to me and if I can give a solution to that client without making a building, that's the most sensible architecture solution you can give it to your client. You will find practice challenging and may face many obstacles on the way. But always remember that what you do as an architect is much, much bigger than who you are as an architect, because it starts to impact the larger sustainability of the world. Architecture is a social act. Empathy has to drive your thinking. The fundamental purpose of architecture is to create spaces that allows people to come together, because architecture is about shaping people's life. It is a social act. And when I say social act, it's not I didn't mean in social services. You are impacting people's life through the spaces that you create. The great architecture philosopher Palasma once said that a good building is the one that holds meaning for the users, brings them joy and connects them to the world, to others and to themselves in the same way. A good building does not just satisfy our basic needs, but helps us to understand ourselves and our place in the world. It mediates between our being and our environment, providing a filter through which we can see ourselves and the world. It is not a benign shelter, but a lens that we create for experiencing the world and ourselves within it. Buildings are not just abstract, meaningless constructions or aesthetic compositions. They are extensions and shelters of our bodies, memories, identities, and minds. Consequently, architecture arises from existentially true confrontations, experiences, recollections, and aspirations. And I want to end with this wonderful quote by the very well-known architects in US called Billy Zane and Todd Williams. They say that architecture is an act of profound optimism. I have to believe that I can bring that change. You can't be an architect without being an optimist. And this is something that you need to develop yourself as you grow into the world and as you practice into the world. There'll be a lot of challenges that you face, but you have to be an optimist. It is an act of profound optimism. Unless I believe that I can bring about that change, I will not be able to bring that change. Believing that it is possible to make places on the earth that can give a sense of grace to life, and believing that this matters. It is what you have to give, and it is what we leave behind. And before I end, just a small note to all the parents out there. It's very important to understand that architecture is a very slow profession. It is the one which requires tremendous amount of patience. You may find your kids taking their own time, developing themselves. Don't get mad at them. It is the nature of the profession. They are constructing themselves. I often say, as architects, we construct ourselves. We go into the world and start learning and understanding the world, and we have to slowly construct ourselves. Because my work is a reflection of how I constructed myself. What is my values? What is my beliefs? And it all of them will take time. It's a profession, tremendous amount of patience. You may be from all construct yourself. Take your time, develop yourselves. Take your family along with you, educate them, and it's a wonderful journey that you are going to embark upon. So congratulations to all students. Welcome to the world of practice. Thank you.
That was truly thought-provoking, sir. I hope our graduates understand that they are their own savior and that they will follow your words and emerge as successful architects and human beings and a good negotiator in the society. Thank you, sir.
Good things come to people who wait, but better things come to those who go out and get them. The most awaited moment has come, yes. Now it's time we acknowledge the talent of our budding architects. The fruit of hard work and discipline will finally be reaped. You will now be receiving your prized degree, a symbol of accomplishment. May I request our HOD, Professor A.J. Paul, to call upon the graduates in order to come receive their degrees, which will be awarded by our distinguished chief guest, Architect BIJU KURIAKOSE.
of Architecture who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the degrees of Anna University, Chennai. Graduate with first class distinction, Architect Niveda S. Graduate with first class distinction, Pranavika K.S. Graduate with first class distinction, Sri Vinayakapriya V. Anushya N. Apsara Sharin A. Batul Nisma K.M. Fatima Hasna Sahima J. Gayatri J. Harita Shri S.S. Banu Ishtiaq. Induleka D. Pooja M. Roshni V. Sneha M. Swati M. Vishuvarshini N. Karen Michelle C. Thank you. Abraham George Thomas. Aravindan Balaji N. Ashwin Roy J.S. Balaji J. Balamurugan R. Belvin Shelley S. Dakshin Balaji S. Fadil Ahmed M. Habib Mexon A.S. Jafar Ahmed M. Judson Jude N. Karthik T. Kadiravan A. Kavin Aditya S. Mohammad Fazil A. Muhammad Naufal M.A. Muhammad Parvesh P. Muhammad Rafi M. Muhammad Shakil S. Muhammad Adnan N. Nirmal P. Pavitran V.S. Samir Khan Z. Sanjeev Kumar S.R. Shivender N. Simeon Samuel B. Sudarshan P. Varshit Vadan M. Yashwant V. Riaz Ahmed K. Kirtha Varman U. I now invite the parents of graduates who are not in the country. I invite the parents of Kritika P. I'd like to invite the parent of Mohamed Uzair R. I'd like to invite the parents of Nafila Fatima K. I'd like to invite the graduate Vishwaraj S.
Thank you, sir.
We now request the graduates to stand up for the pledge, led by our director, Professor B. Aalim. So please. Please raise your arms.
We shall in thought, word and deed, ever endeavor to be scrupulously honest in the discharge of our duties in our profession, and shall uphold the dignity and integrity of our profession and the honor of our university. We shall uphold and advance social order and the well-being of our fellow members, and shall devote all our energy to promote the unity, integrity, and secular ideal of our country.
Thank you, sir.
We request our Secretary and Correspondent, Alhaj S.Segu Jamaludeen, sir, to officially declare the ceremony is closed.
I dissolve the graduation day function. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
We request everyone to stand up for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलति तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जाहे तव शुभ आशीष माहे गाहे तव जय गादा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
We request everyone to keep standing while the procession of the dignitaries leave the hall. Request everyone to.
Congratulations to our graduates of batch 2018-2023. Proud of you. You worked hard and succeeded. And it's a time for you to enjoy with your family and friends. You are free to take photographs. You may contact photo desk for professional photographs.
Thank you, audience, for your patience and cooperation. We also thank the entire team, faculty, staff, students and the management who made this event possible. What you witnessed here is really the entire team's sincere efforts and determined hard work. Thank you and good luck to you all.